everyone. Welcome to RCC's virtual open house day 3. My name is Corey Spring. I am the interim assistant director of enrollment services here at Rockland Community College. We're very happy that you're able to join us for tonight. We have a great program for you for tonight. We have the School of Business and Professional Studies, as well as our Career Skills Academy. For the first hour from 5 to 6. And then at 6 o'clock, we have a presentation from various different representatives here at RCC about telling you about resources for adult learners and how we can support you with your education and getting back on track with earning your degree.
And what I'm really excited is about our school and the guided pathway model that the president and the provost have set up at the college, because the student is at the center of all. Students, no matter what your abilities are, maybe you were not had the opportunity in high school to learn a lot, or perhaps you might be slacking off a little bit, or you had more important things to do, to hang out with your friends, or if you're a serious student and you did well, the college offers opportunities and support that will set you on a path that you can transfer to 4-year school, pretty much school of your choice, depending on your degrees, how you do well at the Rockland Community College. We do have sometimes students that end up going to 4-year schools. They take a $50,000 loan, $60,000 loan, and after a first semester or a year, they realize they just waste a lot of time. They end up partying there, and they are back at RCC, and they just love the supportive environment that is provided, and then they just can't believe it that they have a $50,000-$60,000 loan when they could have done it with such a lower price that they have here. And we have every faculty in School of Business. It's also a practitioner. They have experience in the field of the study that they do, as Oscar mentioned earlier, student is in the center. I am the dean, and we have also program directors, which you shortly will meet. We have a program director for business. We have a program director for hospitality and culinary arts. We have a program director for criminal justice and paralegal. And each of these individuals are also our professors, but at the same time, they have experience in the field, and so are the instructors. I also see one of our professors, Brian Burnt, that's here online as well, and he's also a mentor for Entrepreneurs Club. We also have a clubs that was mentioned earlier that you can join, where students can learn the leadership skills when they take one of the activities of the club, being a president, vice president, treasurer, or any other leadership positions at the club. A lot of activities the students can participate, be in regional competitions, state competitions that you can participate, or even national competitions if you can get that far. We are very proud that in the business department, we had the first time last semester, one of our teams made it to a state competition in Albany, in the state of New York, where they were presenting in front of venture capitalists for a prize if they were accepted it. But they passed the regional competition and made it to state. That was the first time we had it. And we are expecting more of those events, and our students are excited. So at this point, there will be time for questions and answers later on. I want to pass it on to either Professor James Tappan, Program Director of Business, and then Patricia Soponia, Program Director for Paralegal and Criminal Justice, and then Chris Special, Program Director for Culinary Arts and Hospitality.
Good evening. I'm Jim Tappan, the Program Director for Business. The business department is quite large. We offer 11 different degrees in the business department, and I will name them tonight. We offer an AS degree, which I'll explain in a moment, in accounting, business administration, entrepreneurship, finance, international business, and marketing. And we offer AAS degrees in accounting, business administration, entrepreneurship, marketing, and office technology. What's the difference? The AAS program is primarily designed for the student who's going to continue on in a four-year college. The AAS program, however, is for the student who's going to proceed on possibly into the business world after they leave RCC. However, I must say that a lot of our students in the AAS program do also continue on to get their bachelor's degree. In fact, the AAS Business Administration program can lead right into a four-year degree from SUNY Cobleskill, which is offered right here on the RCC campus. One of the great things I think about our program is, especially for the adult learner, is that we have online classes. Almost every class, except maybe about 5 or 6 now out of 35, are offered online. So you can take your whole degree online if you want, especially in the business administration programs. We are also in the honors program. There is a business degree in the honors program, which is rather new and growing considerably as we go ahead. We transfer. A lot of our students transfer to the four-year colleges, not only in the SUNY and CUNY area. SUNY and CUNY, we have a lot going up to Binghamton, and CUNY, we have a lot going to Baruch, but also we have some going to Stack and Pace around here as well. If you look at the job market, it's called business, okay? We're here to teach you how to go into the business world, to look at becoming involved in the banking industry, the finance industry, even the Wall Street area, marketing, manufacturing, the whole thing. All covered and completed here in the business program. We do have 3 clubs. Professor Reppick mentioned one of them in particular, which Professor Byrne is the sponsor of, is our Entrepreneurial Club. We also have the Economics Club, as well as Alpha Beta Gamma, which is a club for our Honors Society. Be glad to answer some questions for you later on at the end of the program here.
Let me get started. Hi, I'm Patricia Sobanya. I'm the Program Director for Criminal Justice, Legal Studies, Corporate Homeland Security, and the Paralegal Certificate. So I'll start telling you about the criminal justice degree, which the classes are taught by the pros. So I don't know if you've heard the term of pracademics, but they are the pros that have the practical experience as well as the academic degrees. And so their classes are really situational. So if you like criminal minds, you're going to love all of the classes, because that's pretty much how they teach. They can teach you the textbook and you can read the textbook, but they all have experience and they bring that to the classroom. I'll give you an example. We have a forensic death investigation class, and we have someone who specializes and actually does that, a medical examiner who comes and teaches the class. So they really bring these interesting fact patterns to the classroom. We also have our club for criminal justice is combined with the legal studies students. So it's the Legal Studies Club. Actually, the new name for the club is the Law and Order Club. They meet, I think they're meeting right now every other week, and they actually bring a lot to the table. They bring, the last meeting that they had, they brought like a criminal mind scenario that they were investigating and trying to solve themselves. A lot of students that come to RCC and study criminal justice transfer to John Jay. And there's a lot of different employment opportunities. We typically send out emails weekly of jobs that we receive information on. So for police departments all over the country, you can work in federal agents, the CIA, the FBI, you can work in security. And that will lead me into the Corporate Homeland Security degree, where we have various different courses such as intelligence gathering, critical infrastructure, asset protection. It's a smaller program, but nonetheless taught by, again, with an interactive teaching style by those that have experience in that field. Moving along to the legal studies degree, the legal studies degree is an ABA approved program. So that is approved by the American Bar Association, which is the gold standard. And what that means is that the American Bar Association has strict guidelines of what we're doing in the classroom. So meaning, again, you're being taught by the pros, we're all practicing attorneys, and we bring real life practical assignments and experiences into the classroom, because it is an AAS degree as well, which means that when you graduate, you have the skills to actually be employed. That is another important part about our program. We have an amazing job placement coordinator. I think we're the only department in the college that has someone strictly for our department for legal studies. And we have such great ties with the Rockland County Bar Association, where they contact us for their needs, for any of their legal needs for employment. So our students, I think that for the most part, it's in the 90s% of our graduates that have received employment in the legal field. So it's not just strictly for paralegals though. It is for our students work in the banking industry. 8 people just got hired. I think it was official today. Contracts went out in a corporation in a compliance analyst position. So 8 of them. I mean, I'm not sure about all 8 having that position, but 8 definitely just got hired. And that's how great it is. We're constantly placing our students. Other than the fact that, let me just explain, the paralegal certificate is the 10 legal specialty required courses that are in the legal studies degree. So if you happen to be on tonight and you have a degree already, and any associate's degree, it doesn't matter what field it's in, you can take the paralegal certificate. And again, it's 10 legal specialty courses that just to rattle off a few, family law, criminal law, tort law, which is personal injury, elder law, real estate law, all necessary information that you would need professionally and personally. So it's really a great program. So again, if you have the degree, you can take the certificate, which is 10 classes, so you can do it. And I think you saw the pricing of RCC. You will save money in the long run if you attend here. So I'll wrap that up, but if you have any questions, email me. And Jay Lee, I hope you made it from last night. I know you were trying to meet on the criminal justice info session. Thank you.
My name is Chris Spezial, and I am the program director and faculty for hospitality and culinary arts. We offer 2 associate's degrees, one in specializing in culinary arts and one in hospitality. We also, which is a 2-year degree. We also offer a certification, culinary arts certified from RCC. It's a 1-year program, and like Patricia was saying, it's 10 core classes that you need to take to get certified for the culinary arts, baking classes, advanced baking classes, certain classes that are specified for those students who want to get certified in 1 year. Of course, you know, our student population, some finish in 2 years and some finish in 1 year. But one thing I love about RCC is we work at your pace. Some of you are raising families and some of you are working, some of you are doing both. So we're able to work with that pace. So if it's a 1 year or 2 year program, great. If it takes you a little longer, that's fine as well. We are have a facility that's not part of the main campus. We have a new state-of-the-art food, culinary, hospitality center in Nyack. It comes with a full, open 7-day-a-week market that goes to the public. We also have a theater that seats 95 people with a full live kitchen. And we also have a cafe, which also acts as our pop-up restaurant. I like to say our students really come out with a lot more than just their degree. Many of our students who follow the associate's program are also getting certified for their culinary arts, and they're also getting certified for ServSafe, and they're also getting certified from Rockland County Food Handlers Permit. And if we can get certified from CPR along the way while meet our gen ed requirement for our exercise in human performance, our students come out with 5 different things to add to their resume in those 2 years, that are hopefully 2 years, which really makes them stand out more when they're actually going out there into the field. Our staff is made up of professional chefs and leaders in the hospitality industry, who some of them are still working as chefs in restaurants and also are our adjuncts. So they're really taught by professionals in the industry and giving them the experience they need and what's expected. We have a full internship program. Every program is required to do an internship program, and our job placement is wonderful. You're able to come out there and really get that job. Most of our restaurants and local hotels and a lot of the hospitality culinary art industry right now are staffed with our graduates currently, and as they graduate, we're helping them find their job. So I think that, you know, we're really making sure that we're making our students real world ready, giving them the skills they need. So when they graduate our program, whether it be an AAS, associate's degree, or certifications, a certified program, they really have those skills, and they're really going out to the industry and really representing our hospitality and culinary art industry.
Great, thank you so much to George, Patricia, Chris, and James for that informative information about the School of Business and Professional Studies. If you guys do have any questions, please put them in the chat box and we will do our best with answering them in the chat box, or we'll answer them at the end of the next presentation. And at this point, I would like to introduce Dr. Penny Jennings from the Career Skills Academy. And Penny, I'll handle your presentation for you if that works for you. You're on mute, just an FYI.
Yes, that's fine. Thank you. Good evening, everyone. You can put the presentation up now. Hi, my name is Penny Jennings. I'm the Executive Director of Strategic Initiatives, and I'm here to talk this evening about what we call Career Skills Academy. Next slide. Career skills is that area where people need to not have a college degree. However, they do need a specific training. So career skills was designed to meet that need. Those are called middle skill jobs. Those are jobs in advanced manufacturing, maybe in IT as an IT professional, things that you don't have to have a college degree, but you do need a specific skill set. We've designed these programs with the assistance of local business and local companies here in the Lower Hudson Valley to determine what their needs are. We only created programs, we created 5 programs, only programs that fall within the spot of $45,000 to $50,000 to start as a salary, which is a family sustainable wage here in Rockland County. The fact is, in Rockland County, for you to get a job that pays maybe $30,000 a year, you can't really find adequate housing and support your family. So these programs that we've put together for Career Skills Academy will land you, upon completion of the program, in that $45,000 to $55,000 a year salary range. All of the programs are less than 1 year. And I like to say it's 1 year, less than 1 year to career. Many of them are like maybe 6 months or 5 months or so. I have an outline of those. The costs vary based on the types of programs. Again, all of the programs that we offer, all 5 programs, are based on the high demand jobs in this Hudson Valley region. Next. Those programs include the IT Professional Support Certificate, the CAD Drafter, the Bookkeeping with QuickBooks, Social Media Branding and Marketing for Entrepreneurs, as well as the medical, it's a Medical Professional Call Center Representative Program. Next. We have now, with the IT Professional Support, you get 3 different components. You get a certificate from Google, the Google IT Professional Support Certificate, which is really a good industry recognized credential right now with the Google name attached. So that's very beneficial. You also get the A+ certification and the Network Pro certification with a free voucher for you to sit for the exam. It's called Test Out. So that's a three-prong certification, industry recognized certification, plus our completion certificate from Rockland Community College. There is not currently an articulation agreement for you to get credit, but the college will recognize that you've completed these courses at the college, and you will be evaluated for prior learning assessments. Next. We have the 3D drafter, CAD drafter, which is computer assisted design, and 3D modeling. That's actually 3D printing to let people know how to make objects through 3D printing. That's very highly in demand in the advanced manufacturing arena. Next. All right, professional bookkeeping with QuickBooks. In Rockland County, there are really a tremendous amount of nonprofit organizations that are always looking for people to do their bookkeeping. Many people have started their own businesses based on this program. They've learned how to do QuickBooks bookkeeping in a short period of time. It's been very beneficial. So that's available as well. You also get the Quicken, which is QuickBooks Intuit, I should say. Intuit is the parent company of QuickBooks. You get an Intuit certification as well. So that's another industry recognized certification, along with your certification of completion from the college. And we also have next is the professional medical call center representative. This program was designed based on a consortium of local hospitals, the Good Samaritan Hospital, Nyack Hospital, as well as many of the local nursing homes and Crystal Run, all of the major healthcare centers and healthcare providers came to the table at Rockland Community College and agreed to work with us so that we can create what was most in need. We learned from the surveys and working with them that the medical call center profession, they have a really high turnover rate because people don't really understand all of the needs of that position. It's not just a call center and operator, but there's so many other things that go into play. So we created that program. Now, all of the programs we've created, we also do have internships associated with them. And when students complete, we also give job assistance because, like as I said, every program that was completed was done so in line with the contribution of local businesses and institutions that work in that area to provide students with a position or an internship. And next. We also have social media branding and marketing for entrepreneurs. This is a wonderful course. This is 100% online as well, and it always has been, even pre-COVID. This is designed to teach students how to market their business. It is for entrepreneurs. It's a wonderful program. We work closely in our division is the Small Business Development Association, SBA, or Small Business Association. Upon completion of this program, students have the opportunity to go to the SBA and have a business proposal written up, get assistance with finding funding for your new business. It's been very successful. About, I think, 6 students have already partnered with SBA upon completion and have started their own businesses. Very successful program for entrepreneurs. And next slide. You had the medical call center percent. All right, so this is just showing you the cost associated with it, and this will be available to students. You can go to the college's website and click on Career Skills Academy, and it'll take you to that landing page and give you an idea of everything. And of course, we'll have more opportunity to ask questions later. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Penny. That was great. So at this time, if anyone was having any questions, I please ask you to type them in the chat box, and we will do our best to answer them either hopefully live at this point. But I do want to thank everyone who participated tonight in the open house. This is only the first part of the open house for tonight. Coming up in the next hour, we have a presentation on resources for adult learners. We have representatives from various different offices on campus to talk about the resources and how RCC can support you when you're obtaining your education as an adult, such as if you need childcare or extra assistance as far as technology. So we have that program coming up in the next few minutes. But at this time, if anyone does have any questions, please feel free to ask them. We also have a program coming up on Saturday. Saturday is our last day of our virtual open house week. We have at 11 a.m. we have a presentation from our Enrollment Management and Student Affairs Office, otherwise known as EMSA. And we will be discussing what that office has on offer for you. It includes admissions, financial aid, student success advising, mental health counseling, student involvement. It includes a lot of departments and resources on campus. So there'll be about a half-hour presentation, and then afterwards there are an opportunity to join breakout rooms to ask any questions you may have to those individual departments. So I hope you will be able to join us that day. You can find out more about that on our information sessions website. I don't see any questions coming in right now. If any faculty or teachers want to add anything to what they've said so far, please go on ahead. If not, we can wrap up for tonight. Oh, question. One question is coming through. Yes, Michael.
Yeah, so in the GED program, can any of would all the coursework be only relegated to what needs to be learned in the GED program, or can some of the classes, let's say in one of the fields of study that were outlined today, can those classes also be taken?
I'll be happy to take this, Corey.
Thank you.
Michael, hi. You and I were exchanging.
Yeah, I'm actually asking on behalf of my son, who was on the Zoom until about 5 minutes ago. So.
Okay. Yeah. Actually, by state regulations, you must be taking a degree program. The courses that you need for your 24 credits are courses that are also required for your degree program, so they have a dual purpose. So the answer to your question is yes. You're taking college courses that are required for whatever degree you're in.
Mm-hmm. Okay, and my other question, I mentioned on the chat, I'm not sure if it was answered. What career help resources are available? My son is I mean, there are a lot of different things that are interest him, but in terms of trying to assess his strengths and weaknesses and interests in actually charting out some kind of like what would be the appropriate area of concentration for him.
I think you're referring to the Student Success Center, and as I said in the chat box, once he becomes a student, he is eligible for all of that. And I think we're going to hear in the next hour, Corey, if I'm not wrong, from the Student Success Advisors.
Not really, but we had that presentation the other night. But there is career advising, and also we do have a self-assessment through Focus 2, which is a tool that all new students are really encouraged to use to find out what your strengths are, what your interests are, and to point you to a degree that we do offer here at RCC. So that's a free tool that is offered to all new students. And even as a prospective student, it is available to you to take. So I can send that information to you as well, if that is of interest to you.
Yeah, that would be fantastic.
Michael, I would really love it if you signed up for the 24 credit workshop. I think I sent you the link. HSE task workshop. The next one I think is after next week, because Thanksgiving's next week. The next one I think is December 6th. Don't quote me on that one. And I can be more specific with you there because we focus on just what you're asking about. And please sign up your son, please. That's very important. He must attend.
Yeah. And I just put the link in there for career advising, and does have the link to Focus too. Okay. Are there any other questions for right now? Okay, if not, I am happy to wrap up this first hour of our open house for this Thursday night with the School of Business and Professional Studies and Career Skills Academy. Again, thank you to all the participants. I also want to reiterate, we are open for admission for the spring semester. We're still accepting applications up until the first day of classes, which is on January 23rd. Spring registration opened this week, actually today, for new students. So if you haven't applied yet, please get your applications in as soon as possible. We'll be sending app fee waiver codes to all students and participants of the open house sessions. And fall semester, fall 21, we are open and accepting applications for that as well. So if you're thinking of fall semester, please apply as soon as possible. That way you can be set and ready to register and get your best schedule and get your FAFSA and financial aid packages all set up as well. But thank you everyone for attending, and please stick around for our next session if you are attending. It's resources for adult learners. There's some great resources that we're going to talk about at that time. But thank you so much, and thank you everyone again.